Hey guys, so it's Friday. Well, not for long. Well, I mean, right now it's like 9:30. But I know I did the video earlier of the kitten, and I'm sure you guys are wondering how he is. He's fine. I I was walking around with him in my arms, and I was trying to find out where he lived, and I thought I had found it because everyone was saying the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, there's a woman over there. She got like 7 cats. He doesn't live that far. I mean, he's clearly like, so we're on one side of the school. Most likely where he lives is on the other side of the school. So like, here's our street, the school, and then the street on the other side. So like, we're on one side of the school, they're on the other. That's pretty much where he is. Um, but I mean, he's warming up to everyone. Before he was eating and he was kind of growling at everyone, but he's playing with them now and he still growls, but he's a good boy. I mean, I think he'd be kind of like Roxas, where I could probably bring him in here and he would just like sleep. I was holding him like he was deep sleep. You know that sleep that they have when they're like, yeah, that sleep. Yeah, that's what he was doing. I was just holding him, and that's what he was doing. So he's in that deep sleep. So, um, but he's a good boy. Uh, and then I'm looking, so I'm sitting outside in the chair. Keiko comes over and plops herself between my feet, and she's just laying there staring up, like, "Hi, Grandpa." And this is stuff that they used to do when they were babies, so it's nice to see they don't change. So, but then Kira came over and kind of chased her off because then they went to play in the yard. And then Zelda, same thing. Zelda comes over, plops down between my feet, starts attacking my slipper, and I put my hand down. She like grabs my hands, like, "I'll rip you apart, old man." But yeah, the same thing. It's like this is all stuff they did when they were babies, and it's like, well, of course they're gonna do it with you. You're grandpa. And then Mama's sitting there in front of the door licking herself. Keiko goes over, sits next to her, and Keiko is huge. Like she's the same size as Mama now. Roxas is like the same size as Kaya. I mean, it's insane how big they are. But I'm looking at them, and Keiko's just staring at Mama, and I'm like, it's so weird not seeing them try to nurse from her. But just as I'm thinking that, Mama turns to Keiko, starts cleaning her. I'm like, they'll never be too big to get a bath from Mama, though. It doesn't matter how big they get. Mama's always going to be a Mama. But she's just sitting there, and Mama turns around, just, I'm like, ha ha ha, yeah, that's a Mama for you. But oh, they're so big. They're so big. Like Roxas is standing next to Kaya, and I'm like, Roxas, you're huge. You're huge. And I saw Keiko sitting next to Mama. I'm like, Keiko, you're huge. When did they get this big? It just seems like not. It just kind of seems like yesterday that I was, holding them in one hand and them able to fit on one leg. Now they're monsters. Where did all the time go? Where did it go? I want my kittens back. No, I shouldn't say that because I love them. They're good. I mean, when I'm sitting there in the chair and I'm filming them and you guys see them, it's like they don't look that big. But then when like you're with if you're me and you're up, they're humongous now. They've all got their bulgy little bellies, they're baby fat still, but they also had so like normally like Kalthus has this little tiny belly, but then they had some wet food out there. And I don't know why, but Kalthus was just a little piggy today, and his by the time he was done, his little belly was bulging out. I'm like, you think you had enough? Also, the kitten. I don't know when they ate last, but they were like, nom, 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 nom. They just ate and ate and ate and ate and ate, which is fine. I don't mind that, because it seems like they haven't eaten in a while. But they at least they had a full belly, fresh water out there for them. So at least this cat is getting to experience food all the time and fresh water and safety. I mean, I'm sitting there at the park, the bench, and there he is in the tree. Not a big tree. It's that one, that weird one right next to the bench, like that brownish one that kind of tilts, like kind of tilted. Yeah, he was up there, but he was too afraid to come down. So I got up. I'm like, "What is it, little one?" And I had to hold my arm out, and then he just kind of, and I was able to grab him. But and then he just followed me home. I was gonna go to Dollar General, but it's like, well, can't very well go to Dollar General with a cat following me now, can I? So I had to go home. And then I got back, and like all day we had the guy here is fixing the sink, so the water was off, so I couldn't use the bathroom, and I had to piss like a freaking racehorse. And I'm like, can I use a bathroom now, please? I was about to say, it's like, so can I use the bathroom, or do I need to like take a piss outside or something? But yeah, they're so huge. They're so freaking huge now. Just, I mean, I know you guys. I mean, I've been documenting like their entire, from the time they were born till now, and you're like, I know they were like this big, and now they're freaking monstrosities, and but they're sweet. Obviously, they know who Grandpa is. I've been holding them every day, literally since they were born, so they know who Grandpa is, and that's why they still do the same things they did when they were tiny. The same things with Grandpa that they did then, because you know they love me. I mean, and who wouldn't? But, just seeing them do the same things that they did when they were babies, like if I sit down on the porch, like actually sit on the porch, Zelda will jump up on my shoulder, and it's like that's all stuff they did when they were babies. Zelda, Roxas, and Link, they would just jump on my shoulder and play on my back, and I'm looking for Link and I can't find him, and of course, if I can't find Link, he's sitting right next to me. Oh, Linky, I miss him. But they still do the same things they did when they were babies. You know, Zelda's on the ground, and I put my hand down. She's like, "I'll rip you apart, old man." She'll grab my hand, and Kida rolls around on his back trying to get Grandpa's attention. Or if I'm looking over into the yard, he'll jump up on the table and come across to me, and I'm like, "What?" I put my head down. He's like, same thing with Kaya. He's like that. I was weird. Like he came around when Miko was around, and then Miko left, and then Kaya didn't have anyone, and then Diluc came around, and then I mean he has a new brother and a new playmate. That's what I was concerned about with Kaya, is that he wouldn't have a playmate. But then Diluc came along, it's like, okay, well Miko's not here anymore, but Diluc is. So but yeah, the littlest one, I don't know. I mean, I could wake up tomorrow and he might not even be here. I don't know. But if he does stick around for a little bit, I do want to give him a name. I just don't know what I want to name him. I mean, considering again, I know the area where he lives. And I was gonna just leave him at the woman's house, but the door was slightly open. There's dogs. I didn't want him going inside and possibly getting ripped apart. So I was like, you know what? I saw a cat over there. It was a bigger cat. It had a collar on it as well. It's like a flea collar. It's not like a collar. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to take a chance. So if I can't find this place, then I'll just take him home. Figure it out. But he likes it over here. He likes me, obviously. You do one good thing for a cat, and suddenly they're. I mean, that's how That's how it is with me and my friend's cat, Ava. She did the same thing. We showed her kindness, and she followed us all the way back to the car. And we just took her home because it's like, well, we'll feel like shit tomorrow if we pass by and she's dead in the middle of the street. So you do one act of kindness, and it's just like, they're not stupid. They're not. People seem to think cats are stupid. They're not. They understand when you're doing a good thing for them, and they appreciate that. That's why when you have like a rescue cat, they're like the best cats. Like Ava, she's like the best cat. She's really never done anything wrong. Same thing with when Mitty was alive. He was same way. He didn't do anything wrong because they were just so happy to have a safe place to live. Even 10 years old now, there's Ava's still grateful to have a good home with people who love her. But so he was just like, well, this stranger I don't even know helped me out of the tree even though I was scared, and he was patient with me, so I like him. John, you're like the cat whisperer. I know. I know. But yeah, everyone's doing fine. Uh Even Lucifer, I know I've seen him the other day. So now that it's nicer out, he's just kind of wandering around again instead of just staying in one place, which is fine. Also, I was it the first time I was trying to go to Dollar General? I think I tried like 3 times today. But I was going around and on the chair that's on the side of the house, just the cutest little jumping spider. It was like this big. I'm like, oh my God, I love jumping spiders. They're like the only spiders I'd have no problem picking up. And I used to play with them all the time when I was a kid. Because, they'd be on like the windowsill or something. I would just, play with them. Jumping spiders are so curious and they really do make good pets. And people have shown, like, the people who have jumping spiders show that they do know who you are and they do want attention. They will try to get your attention and want to be close to you, which is adorable. But I was walking by, I'm like, oh my God, hello, little one. And it was like this big, and it was gray and a little fuzziness. And I was like, oh my God, totes adorbs. But yeah, moral of the story, no matter how old cats get, they'll never be too old to get licked by mama. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later.